What's going on, you guys? My name is Isaac. I'm a Catholic anthropologist and a systems researcher, and today we're going to be talking about what's been going on. There's a lot of stuff I kind of want to cover here. Unfortunately, just to kind of throw it all out there to you guys, I'm not going to be able to finish the Ashes of Brunswick Town series as quickly as I would have liked to. The funding that I had submitted for some of these grants to help support this process has kind of fallen through. I'm still waiting on a few to see if they'll come through at all, but it's not looking like I'm going to be able to get that supportive money to be able to, fully focus all my time on this. I've had to take on a new job. We are still going to be getting those documentaries out. It's just going to be delayed by quite a few months, and they'll come out a lot further separated from one another than I would have really liked to. But that's just the nature of this. I would love if I could focus all my time on this stuff, but I've also got to put food on the table. So, it's disappointing. I'm devastated. I really wanted to be able to get all this stuff out to you guys, but it's not looking like I'm going to be able to do that as quickly as I would have liked to. So I just want to get that out on the table so you guys are aware that it's going to be months before episode 2 comes out on the Spanish attacking Brunswick Town, and then a little bit further even for the Archaeology 101 episode, which is explaining the archaeology that's being done around the site, and even further, it's to get to the Civil War, which is the really cool one that I can't wait for you guys to see, but that stuff's just going to take a lot longer to get out. Now that that's out of the way, a cool thing I wanted to talk to you guys about that I'm restarting because it involves a lot less editing work, I guess you could say. There's just a lot less mixing and overlays, but we're going to bring back conversations between A and I. And that's these discussions that I was having with artificial chatbots. So you think of Gemini from Google, or you think of OpenAI's ChatGPT. Everybody loves Claude right now. And if you were following me back in 2024, I did a whole set series of episodes, about 15 or 20 of them, on how to talk to AI and how to have conversations with them. And I think we were a little early for that. And now more people are really interested in how do I actually talk to my artificial intelligence to get it to best work for me. Because just putting in an answer into, or typing an answer or a question, you could say, into these AI chatbots doesn't actually give you a good answer. And in fact, if you just use it to answer questions for you on a regular basis, it's not going to work at all really well. What you want to do is you want it to learn about you. You want it to learn how you talk. You want it to learn how you communicate ideas, how you organize your thoughts, because AI is extremely beneficial to personal research, how you view things, how you view the world. And what's neat, though, with AI is that you can also have it play devil's advocate on yourself. And AI learns a lot from you. It learns a lot of how you work yourself. So I know that sounds kind of complicated, but I'll get into it. Each Wednesday, I'm going to be putting out an episode on how to start talking to your AI so that way it can give you better responses. And I'm sure we've all seen how kids have thrown in questions from tests, and then it gives out this generic answer that is making everybody sound the same. And I think a big reason for that is because most people don't use AI correctly. And that is, you've got to talk to it. And when I say talk to it, I mean physically use your mouth and talk to it. Typing is, it's here nor there, because you're overthinking how you want to communicate something. Whereas when you just talk to it, you're kind of jumbled. You're kind of all over the place. You are trying to put multiple thought streams together in your head. And believe it or not, the AI can learn a lot more about you and how to better help you with whatever project you're working on, or parenting, or if you're doing an art design on something, or creative or logical outputs of things. AI is extremely beneficial to that. So I want to revamp that, and we're going to start having more conversations with A&I again, especially because the technology has gotten so much better. And I use it on a daily basis. I talk to it because I want it to work with me in the best ways possible. But I don't want M dashes. I don't want generic answers. I want to have my own input on the answers that it's providing or the scripts it's helping me write, because again, I'm a one-man team here, and that's, a big reason why it was disappointing not to get the grants. It was disappointing to, not be able to focus all my time on, Brunswick Town and documentaries and getting more content out to you guys. But I know that with this, I can at least every Wednesday give you a step-by-step tutorial like video on how to set up your AI, how to start talking to it on a regular basis, how to get it to learn more about you so that way it can be a more effective working partner. So I don't mean to sound repetitive. I'm just letting you guys know that on Wednesdays, we're going to start with a blank slate, because if we used my Gemini, it already knows what I want, and it'll be good for reference. It'll be good for because we'll be talking about archaeology, we'll be talking about Brunswick Town. We're still going to keep this in the anthropological realm, but I'm just trying to give you guys a good indication on how to start using it for whatever other things you are interested in. So just be on the lookout for that. And throughout that process, to the academics who watch this show, if any of you guys do watch my show, I know a lot of academics are skeptical of AI. And believe it or not, I'm with you. I don't like all the generic LinkedIn, Facebook crap posts. It's that AI slop is just makes you want to vomit. I'm with you. But it's not going anywhere. And when trained and used properly and not used as your final source, it's tremendously helpful, especially for people like myself who I have that ADHD, whatever you want to call it. I don't like labels, but I can't always organize all my thoughts. It's very difficult for me to sit down. I mean, look at how I'm talking with my hands here, guys. I'm nuts, but I look nuts, but a lot of us are like that. I'm a very extroverted kind of guy, so I have a million thought streams. I'm trying to make connections, but what's cool with AI, it's a but and type of situation. It can help you play devil's advocate on yourself and not just a blanketed, here's why X, Y, and Z are nonsense. It can work on the things that it knows you're biased on. So, for instance, and I'm not saying it's denying my faith or anything, but I'm a Catholic. So I'm going to defend Catholicism generously throughout my actual work in the field. I defend Christians, for instance. They're what I like to call my home team. And that goes for Catholics, Orthodox, Protestants. It doesn't matter. If you're a Christian, I'm on your team because I do believe some supernatural stuff when it comes to Christianity. I call it divine. But I could also be wrong in certain places. And not just wrong as in God is not real, according to the AI. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say here is my facts are sometimes wrong. I might not get the Moabite stone in the correct line of what I'm trying to communicate as a defense or an apologetic towards Christianity and Catholicism. So what's neat with AI is it allows you to have something that knows me, and it knows that, hey, sometimes you get certain archaeological facts mixed up. Not that they're wrong, it's just you got them mixed up. That's where that devil's advocate is really beneficial, especially when you're writing a term paper, when you're working on a video assignment, when you're making a documentary. It helps with keeping all of that information organized, and because you've talked to it enough times, it can then effectively communicate what you're even trying to say to yourself. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it'll make more sense when I actually am just putting out some videos starting this Wednesday on what I'm talking about. Episode 1, we're going to be setting up our new AI, and we're going to start with a brand new blank slate with either ChatGPT or Gemini. I haven't really made that decision yet, but I'm going to help you guys start to set up and how it can continue to keep the memory going so you're not always repeating yourself. It's actually learning about you and your talking behavior, your ideas, your thoughts. and how you can actually effectively use it without just copying and pasting something directly into the answer bubble or whatever you want to call it. So be on the lookout for that stuff, guys. Again, I'm really sorry that I couldn't get the funding to keep doing the documentaries. I would love it, if you guys could support that, but I know that's a big ask in the economy we're in. We're in the middle of the Iran war, and there's still stuff going on all over the place. And, I get it. It's hard to support a creator in my space. I totally understand that, guys. But if you do have the money to give, I do have a membership tier, and, all of that money goes into supporting getting more documentaries out. But for right now, because I don't have any money coming in on that end, and I am working a very demanding day job, I wanted to let you guys know that it's just going to take a lot longer for me to get this content out until I can get more financial support in order to do that, because I've got to put bread on the table, right? So be on the lookout this Wednesday. And every Sunday, I'm going to put out those old conversations back onto the Conversations Between A and I channel, which you can either subscribe right here, or I think I did it correctly. I've linked the two channels back together, and we can start building a community on that side if you're more into just the AI stuff. But on Sundays, I'm going to put out an archive video. Like today is Sunday, and I've got an archive video coming out. I can't remember which exact one I'm going to choose yet, but you'll know by this afternoon. But I'm still going to get content out to you guys. There's going to be archive episodes every Sunday coming out. Every Wednesday, it's much easier for me to sit down and have a conversation between A and I, artificial intelligence, and myself on Wednesdays. And in the background, while I'm not working my day job, I'm still getting that Spanish attack on Brunswick Town put together, the Civil War episode, the Archaeology 101 episode of those students over at UNCW and their incredible work with Dr. Nora Reber. Which again is disappointing, because I can't get that content out to help support her work that she's doing at UNCW. So again, it doesn't just support my own documentaries. You're helping support a much larger system of people. And isn't that interesting how systems need mini systems, and we can expand out from there, which, I want to cover more content on system stuff as well. So there's more stuff coming. Just if you guys could be patient with me, if you can support my channel, help me in any way any way you can, that's so appreciated. And I'm just grateful that you guys are watching and you guys are enjoying this content. So just be on the lookout for that stuff. God bless you guys. God bless that I can still keep even doing this stuff. Praise God. And, if you guys ever have any questions or anything, feel free to put those in the comments. And I'm going to try and do live streams. I don't know how all that stuff kind of works, but maybe that'll be a way that we can kind of bridge these gaps until I can get more support for these documentaries to come out. So I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. If you can make it out to church or mass today, make sure you get out there and thank God and praise him for what he's doing for all of us in this world in these troubling times. And I will see you guys on Wednesday, all right, for a conversation between A and I. So enjoy tonight's archive episode. And remember, Wednesday, we've got that episode 1 of how to use your AI coming out. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good one.